Hey everyone, this is Zaheen and welcome to the Resilience Scope. I'm so excited to be here with you. So let's see who is live today. So I'm from Canada, and if you can tell me where you're from, and we'll get right with you. I'm just going to go through my iPad here and make sure that I can see everyone. Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay, now I'm all yours. Okay, so again, my name is Zaheen, and welcome to the Resilience Scope. I'm so excited. Thank you for the hearts. I'm so excited to be here with you because a lot of people ask, so what is resilience? And what is resilience? Well, in the dictionary, it says it's all about bouncing back. And bouncing back from what? Well, from challenges and from setbacks. And so I founded the resilience reflex. I don't know if you can see it, but let me show you up here. There you go, the resilience reflex. I founded that because it's my 3-step system on how to bounce back from challenges using 3 steps. And those 3 steps are release, reprogram, and resolve. Again, that's release, reprogram, and resolve. But today, I'm only going to share with you the formula, step-by-step formula on how to build emotional resilience. Now, most of you know that, well, we're filled with emotions, right? We're human beings. We know how to be, and that's with emotions. So when we're stuck, when we are filled with anxiety, when we are filled with fear, all we can think about is our heart beating fast, or we start shaking, right? Or we have that feeling of overwhelm, and we feel like our backs are against the wall and we have no way to move. Yeah, if you agree with me, give me some hearts. That's right. And I know how that feels because I've been there too. But after researching resiliency with so many people, thanks for joining. After researching in so many people, I found a formula where how do other people bounce back? I mean, you've heard the stories of Martin Luther King. I mean, he was faced with adversity time after time after time, and yet he was able to bounce back. You've heard the stories of Gandhi, where time after time he was faced with challenges that were huge. Hi, Megan, thanks for joining. And but yet they could face that adversity and bounce back. There were times that they too felt like giving up, that they too felt emotional and overwhelmed, and they must have thought, what's the point? But they didn't give up. They still went on. So let me share with you this formula. And if you have a pen and paper, write it down. And the formula is this. It is ER, which is emotional resilience, equals SI plus EI plus EM. Okay, let me repeat that. ER equals SI plus EI plus EM. What does that mean? ER stands for emotional resilience. SI stands for sensory intelligence. Thank you for the hearts. Sensory intelligence is your senses. How do you think? Not what do you think about, but how do you think? So for example, if you're filled with fear when you have to go speak in public, we think about, oh, my heart is beating so fast. Oh, my hands are so cold and clammy and I'm shaking. I don't know if I can talk up there. Well, I was there too. But guess what? Thank you so much for the hearts. Guess what? I stopped and I thought, what am I putting up in my head as images? And all I could think about was me being on stage and making a fool of myself and stuttering and really not being able to get the message out. And that's what it was for me. So what happened then is I started to change those images and I started to see myself as being able to speak clearly and being able to share my message with others. And then also my self-talk, which is another sense that we have, by the way, which is auditory, is we have this negative self-talk. Listen. Stop the negative tapes and insert positive tapes and press play. Let me repeat that. Stop the negative tapes and insert positive tapes and then press play. Give me some hearts if you agree with that. So, sensory intelligence is very important. And then, of course, feeling is another sense. Thank you for those hearts. Feeling is another sense. And when you change the first two, which is visual and self-talk, so when you change your images in your head and you change your self-talk, guess what? Your feelings will change too. You'll be more hopeful and grateful for how far you've come. Yes? Okay. So the next in the formula is EI. So let me show you this again. We just went through SI, EI. EI is about emotional intent. So a lot of people, when they're stuck in fear and anxiety, they are stuck in this worrisome state. And we think about all the negative stuff again. But for a moment, just stop and ask yourself, what's the reason I'm feeling this way? What's the positive intention behind this feeling? What is the positive intention behind this feeling? So for example, the fear of speaking is huge, right? And we just numb that fear by saying the wrong things, but instead say, what's the reason I'm feeling this way about public speaking? So for me, I know when I was scared, I'd say, the intent was that I don't want to make a fool of myself. The fear made me feel safe where I was, so then I wouldn't embarrass myself. So that's the intent. And all I'm asking you to do is to acknowledge that. That's all. Acknowledge it. Do not ignore it. Emotion is a part of who you are. We're human beings. We know how to be with our emotions. Remember that. Be with your emotions, even though they're negative. Okay? If you have doubt, if you have fear, understand why they're there and be with them. So that's emotional intent. And the third one is emotional management. So again, let me show you the formula. We did SI, EI, and now we're doing emotional management. So a simple way to think about this is when you go to a mall or when you go to shop, okay, you park your car and you get out and you go do what you want, correct? Same idea. Can we park our emotions, just like we park our car, to one side and then just step out and ask ourselves, what do I want? What is my desired outcome? So let me repeat that. What is my desired outcome? What do I want? Okay, and as soon as you park your emotions to one side and objectively step out, well, no, I know you're saying that it's little easier said than done. No, it's, you know what? When I would be scared and do those kinds of things, I would step out of myself. Literally, I would look at myself and say, okay, what's the reason that you're behaving this way? Or what's the reason that this is going on? And you look at it objectively. When you watch movies, don't you know that, okay, why are they arguing in this? Can't they see this point of view? We can see it because we're not emotionally attached to that. Okay, we're not. And so that's what I'm exactly telling you to do, is manage your emotions by just stepping out of yourself for a moment and dominate your emotions. So instead of feeling fear, just feel it and then dominate it by saying, okay, what exactly do I want? I've been applying this formula and I've seen it in a lot of resilient individuals, and it works. I interview people on my show, which is called the Resilience Reflex. I also have a YouTube channel. And for those of you, listening, and if you like what I've said, you can go onto my website and download a worksheet that will go through step by step with this formula with you. And this is my website, zahinnanji.com. zahinnanji.com/the number 12, and you can download the worksheet that will go step by step with this formula on how to build emotional resilience. Okay, well, I hope you had fun and you learned something from that. Thank you so much for the hearts, and you're more than welcome to follow me. I would love for you to follow me at Zahin Nanji. Thank you. Bye.